As we grow and evolve in this journey of becoming better versions of ourselves, we're realizing just how important, how vital it is for us to take care of ourselves. Self-care is not something that's reserved as a luxury for somebody who's in a place that they don't have to worry about anything anymore. Now they can start doing all the fun, good things they wanted to do for themselves all along. Let's get that massage. Let's do that movie let's go to that movie we've been wanting to watch. Let's take that vacation that we wanted to take. It's not that, that can be part of it, but so much more than that. It is taking care of ourselves on a daily basis and more taking opportunities to take care of ourselves. And one of the best ways to do that is to address difficult emotions and feelings when they show up, as they show up in our lives, as we experience them in our bodies. And if they're showing up in our thoughts, then they're showing up in our bodies. If they're the difficult emotions like fear, all forms of fear, doubt, stress, anxiety, unbelief, shame, you name it. Any shade on the spectrum of fear, as they're showing up in our lives, we can meet those experiences with something that is going to help us realize and live and experience more liberty in every area of our life. And there's a practice that I'll call the AAA service. It's a service that we can provide for ourselves. AAA is top of the line. It's the good stuff. So here's the good stuff. This AAA service that we can provide for ourselves, meeting these things in the moment, the first of these, the first A of AAA is awareness. And it is simply paying attention and observing, noticing and observing what shows up in our experience. And when something shows up in our experience, for example, let's say I have had one of those experiences where fear, specifically surrounding money and lack, and fear of losing money and running out of money, and oh my God, what are we going to do? That kind of fear that shows up, and I feel it in my body. I feel, for me, it generally shows up in my gut, and it feels like something is grabbing hold of my gut and it is twisting it, and it feels like a dull twisting pain. When I feel that show up, that's my cue to take a moment for myself and give myself the opportunity to process that, to sit with that. So what I'll do is take that awareness, and then I'll move to the second part of it, which is attention. I'll put my attention on specifically that area of my body where I'm experiencing, or that general area at least of my body where I'm experiencing that discomfort. Again, for me, that fear around money in my gut. So I'll sit and I'll put my attention there. I'll put my focus there in that area, and I'll just sit, have my attention there. And attention is crucial. Attention is what we give those that we love. When you love somebody, you give them your attention. If your kids want to hang out with you, they want your attention. If your significant other wants you to show them some kind of love and affection, they want your attention. So we can give that to ourselves. In this case, we specifically direct that attention to that area of our body. I'm sitting there with that fear and I'm feeling it. Now I'm locked in. I move to the third letter A, and that, excuse me. So the third of the AAA service, that is acceptance. And acceptance can look like this. I'm sitting in the moment. I've got my attention there. I feel the fear and I allow it. I accept. I say, yes, I feel you. I just breathe, softly breathe into it. I breathe breath as if I were breathing it into that area of my gut. and I say, I allow you. I put my hand, in this case, I put my hand on my gut, breathe into it. I allow you. I welcome you. I thank you for being here. And all of this is something we do. We take a little more time. But we say things like, I accept you. I welcome you. I allow you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. What messages do you have for me? And sit in stillness and allow what shows up. It may be that that fear may simply eventually progressively dissolve, and it will just neutralize. It will just kind of float out of that area. It may trigger something. It may trigger a memory, a thought, something else that is important to pay attention to. Pay attention to what shows up. Maybe it brings up an old memory that felt like fear, or fear was triggered in that moment. Then sit with that and allow that and ask, what is that bringing? What is that here for? Accept that part of yourself that is showing up. Accept that feeling. Accept it. Breathe into it. And just allow it to flow through. This is emotional clearing. It's emotional release. It's also transmutation, which is simply converting energy from one form into energy of another form. Kind of taking away the sting of some of these difficult emotions, if you will, to where we can have the memory of certain situations where we were triggered and actually not have the difficult discomfort, the difficult, painful emotion that has gone along with it. So that's the AAA service, simply doing that. And then there's a bonus. If you really love yourself and you really want to show love to yourself, add another A. There's something else that you can do in addition to the AAA service. If you want to really go over the top and really love yourself, give yourself appreciation. In that, after the acceptance phase, sit and bring into your awareness something you appreciate, something that you love, something that lights you up, something that brings you a sense of peace, a sense of joy. It can be a person, a place, a thing, a circumstance, something that brings you positive, high vibrations that you can bring into your awareness. Sit, in this case, I've allowed the fear of lack of money to dissolve. And now I bring into my awareness, my appreciation, and I just simply breathe it into that area, and I breathe it into my heart, and I hold it here, and I focus on the feeling of appreciation. Hold it there, stay immersed in it, feel it, experience it, allow it to expand, and just sit there in it like you were sitting in a hot tub. Sit there in this feeling of appreciation and allow it to be. So much of this process is about allowing the feeling that was difficult to flow through you, and allowing this appreciation to expand within you. These things, this AAA service and added appreciation, are incredibly powerful in every area of our lives, to where over time, the things that they do inside of us, they release all of these traumas and trapped emotions and clear them out like an emotional detox. The way we detox our bodies of chemicals and other things that are not serving us inside of us, we are using AAA service to allow these things to flow out of us that are no longer serving us, that are inside of us, in our psyches, in our bodies. These things that are trapped in here, we allow them to flow through, and then we bring in the good stuff. We bring in the nutrients, we bring in light, we bring in the appreciation that nourishes us, that nourishes our bodies, that nourishes our hearts, that nourishes our souls. These things are incredibly powerful over time. The more that we do them, the easier it gets, and it actually becomes a default mode of this is how we meet the difficult emotions, and this is how we bring in more light, more love, more of that bright light that lights up the dark places. We release some of the stuff that was bogging us down and holding us back, and we allow more of the stuff to come in and be here and reside here that we want to feel and experience in our lives. So give yourself the AAA service for whatever shows up, because you deserve it and you're going to enjoy it. The more you do it, the more you're going to live the life, experience the life that you've wanted to live. And it is powerful. This is a powerful practice. Do it.